Have you ever wished you could find a book that would change your life? Like, it's so annoying when you buy another book and it's just like the last one. There's nothing new to be said. You feel like you know it all, which is a little bit, egotistical, right? But at the end of the day, when you hear the same thing over and over again, you're wondering where to find that missing piece to your puzzle. Well, I'm about to share with you 4 powerful books that could literally change your life. I've had these 4 books for 20 years each. Now, back then, 20 years ago, spirituality and self-help and self-education wasn't really a thing. And so these are really the original Bibles of how to do human life from a soul perspective. I mean, have you ever wondered what you're here for, what your soul's on planet Earth for, how you could make your life better, or how you can simply love your life more? I mean, everybody's wanting to live their best life now, but are they actually doing it? Because they're all talking about superficial things, they're trying to manifest and get their abundance, but they don't even know themselves. So I'm suggesting you start with these 4 books, or at least one of them, to tap into a different avenue of yourself, to deepen the intimacy with yourself. So let's kick off with one of my favorites, The Life You Were Born to Live by Dan Millman. Now, this book is based on numerology. So you do your calculations and work out what number you are, and then you can find out more about what you're like in your optimum state, what you're like in your worst state. Is this the positive attributes of you, or this the negative attributes of you? What's your health like? How is it going to be affected over the years? Like, what are your sensitive parts? What are your most likely career opportunities that could feed your soul? Honestly, it comes in everything from relationships through to health. And you can add up your friends and your family and your boyfriend and your girlfriend and your husband and your grandmother. You can add up all their numbers and find out a little bit more about them as well. So it's pretty sneaky, but it's actually sneaky in a good way, because when we understand others, well, we have better connections, don't we? So that was one of my favorites for many, many, many years. And as you can see, it's well worn, plenty of tattering, but that's a sign of a good book, right? So let's whip across to number 2. Number 2, this is another book where you get to work out your individual self, Astrology for the Soul by Jan Spiller. Now, this book is tapping into the date that you were born, once again, working a little bit with the numbers, and you find out what your North Node is. Now, this book is fascinating because you also get to learn about your sense of purpose. It gives you step-by-step processes. And once again, I don't even know if this book's in print, but hopefully some libraries will have it. Astrology for the Soul. So you were really, really getting it from a soul level, like looking at what we came to planet Earth to do in this incarnation, or what our positive strengths are, really seeing ourselves through a new lens, shedding light onto our awesomeness, you could say. Now, I'm going to share with you one that's more popular now, that's quite well known, but I'm going to put it in this category because I think it's a really important self-help, self-love book by the late Louise Hay. Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. And yes, you can. You see, this was the start of it all. Back when Louise printed this, we weren't talking about reprogramming subconscious beliefs on the level that we do today. There wasn't a lot of talk about energy psychology, such as Psych K and solar line therapy, which are the techniques that I use to help people transcend their low vibe limiting beliefs, low vibe emotions at a core level. Now, when you can do that, you realize that affirmations just really aren't quite enough, but they do stand as the starting point to recognize how you can live a better life and how you're blocking yourself from being in your true, abundant, loving essence. So this is full of affirmations and even ailments that you can look up, understanding the metaphysics of physical ailments, when you get a headache constantly, or when you've got digestive issues, or whatever ailment you want to look up, you can look up in the back of the book and go, oh, what's that mean? What does that mean? And you can annoy all your friends by doing the same thing about every ailment that they have as well. But this is one of the originals, the late Louise Hay, a beautiful, beautiful woman who probably passed before her time. And that, my friends, is a gorgeous starting point if you are not feeling in good health as well, particularly good for the physiology of the body. Now, last but not least, the beautiful and unique Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now. Understanding that all we have is now, how to be fully present, how to be mindful, the importance of this, and not just the rah, 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 woo, woo aspect of it. I mean, just think about this. I said to my friend the other day, I can't even remember half of what happened last week anyway. So, I mean, why are we bothering staying stuck in the past or the future? We only have now. And when we are able to be fully present, think of the times that you've been fully present recently. Maybe you were out in nature. Maybe you were doing some artwork. Maybe you were playing a game of sport. Maybe you were playing an instrument. Maybe you were performing on stage. Maybe you were doing some artwork. Maybe you were teaching a class. But oh my goodness, isn't that now moment just so glorious? Isn't it full of the goodness and the passion? And that's when you know that you are completely in line with where you are right now. After all, at the end of the day, there is no time and space. This is an illusion that we create as humans living on planet Earth. This is the paradigm that we create through our perception, through our made up visions. So let's just be real and start to practice in the now, because when we do this, we actually become a more kinder person. And when we're kind to ourselves. And when we're kind to ourselves, we're happier. And this is the fourth book of the day. I will present some further books in weeks to come, but this is an oldie but a goodie. Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now. Thanks for watching, guys, and please let me know in the comments which is your favorite book, which book you've already read, which book you're keen to get, and any inspiration you've had from reading some of those books. I'd love to hear from you. Please give me a thumbs up because I absolutely appreciate your appreciation. And we will see you here next time for some inspiration about how you can up level, be more enlightened, and ultimately expand yourself, raising your vibration and making the world a better place by sharing your gift with the world. Lots of love. Bye for now. See ya.